Our first guest that we're gonna have come out is Micah Jesse. I have known Micah Jesse for like 10 years, and that makes me feel really old, but that's okay because there's nothing wrong with aging and gaining knowledge. And he was really one of the first bloggers. We're actually on a guest of the guest post together called like bloggers or the new social elite, which okay guys, but we're in that article together, and he's been called all sorts of things. The East Coast Perez Hilton. He was the nice blogger. He came out in a time where Gawker was really the everybody was super and mean, and he's just so nice and lovely and positive that was just not his style. So he also has a podcast now called Everyone Worth Knowing, right? And I was on it, so you should go check out my episode. It's great. And he has worked with everyone. Micah knows everyone. He has done the red carpet or events with the Grammys and the Emmys and the Oscars. And he has pictures of Kim Kardashian. I'm so jealous. I love her. Awful, but I love her anyway. I love her. I love her. Love her. I just like her face. And I know it's not really her face, but I don't care. I like her face. So, Mike is going to come and he's going to talk about something that's so timely as we get into holiday season and in Q1 with a bunch of stores opening up. He's going to talk to us about hosting events. He's going to talk to us about how you can be on CNN, CNBC, oh my God, and MSNBC. Yeah, it's early for me. And he also is on the Wendy Williams show all the time. So he really is. I knew he would like that. Okay, so he, is always out talking about talking about pop culture. He's super nice and fabulous, and we're going to ask him a bunch of questions. You'll be able to ask him some questions. So, Beacon, come on down. Okay, so the people on the live stream said they can hear us, but we have to project. So if it gets really loud for you guys, sorry. So Micah's got this nice pen. I don't know if you see it.
You'd like
he's
that.
got a pen.
Got my little
it's got his handle on it.
handle.
I'm gonna. All right. So I gave a nice introduction, but I want you to tell everyone here. Tell us about you, how you started, and why are you so delightful.
I went to school in Hofstra. Does anyone know Hofstra?
Okay.
Yeah. So, and people found it so kind of crazy because I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I had never been to New York City. Atlanta? Love it? Okay. I love it. So I had actually never been to New York before going to Hofstra University. Like, I just knew as a kid being closeted and just constantly being pushed down physically and mentally by people growing up, that I needed to get out of Georgia. It just wasn't a place that was going to celebrate me and support me. And my dad at my wedding a year ago said, Micah said to me when he wanted to move to New York, he knew that it wasn't because of the nightlife and the parties and whatever. It was because everyone is welcome in New York. And isn't that sweet? It was like a kind of coming of age for him, like to kind of realize that and let me kind of spread my wings and go. But anyway, long story short, while I was at Hofstra, I started a blog because I was interning for Tommy Mottola. Does anyone know who he is?
Yeah.
So somehow I landed that gig, and I'm going to talk a lot about this because your network is your net worth. That's the quote that I gave Brittany as something that really rings true to me throughout everything. But a girl that I went to school in Hofstra with, had a sister that knew Tommy and connected those dots. But I found myself going to all these events and meeting celebrities, and I was only like 18 years old, and I wanted to share my experiences with people, but Perez Hilton hating on people.
Remember when he used to drop penis or something?
Yeah.
Back in the day with like Microsoft Paint.
Yeah. It was the worst. And, I always was like my best friends in my head, right? Like, I'm sure we all have a celebrity best friend in our head, right? I'd love to know who everyone's is, but so I wanted a place for me to share the people that I loved, the experiences that I loved. It was very positive. And, so my blog gained quite a bit of recognition solely because I think timing is everything. Like if you feel something, if you feel like the time is now, that's when you know you need to jump on it, and it was that gut feeling like, okay, I know how to build websites because I was learning HTML as a kid. I was quite a little nerd, and I was like, it seems pretty easy. So I Googled blogs, started a blog, and gained 1,000 followers, then 100,000 followers, and I ended up becoming, and I had to push my way to get here. By the way, I got told no so many times. I would ask to be on the. I was the last person at the end. That starts with Entertainment Tonight, and then E, and then People, and then all the print magazines, and then there was Little Baby Me at the very end. Like, can I just get one question, please? And I fought my way to be there, and then that led me to quite a few opportunities working with brands, and then also working for some of those magazines like Us Weekly and Entertainment Magazine. Yeah.
So you have worked with everyone. Literally everyone. He has a selfie corner on his page. It just has every person you've ever wanted to meet in your life smiling next to Micah. And they really give you great information and they trust you because you're nice. So can you tell us a story about one of your favorite encounters where that niceness really worked for you? And this is something I talk about a lot because especially in the influencer marketing business, influencers, when they start to grow, lots of times get big heads, and I like to remind people that if we deleted the internet, no one would know who you are. And so act like it, this is, and your audience is, you're only able to do this full time because there are tons of people who support you doing this full time. So you have to be nice, you have to be nice, you have to be nice. You are very nice. So can you tell us a story when you had like an extra opportunity because someone trusted you?
Yeah, well, one story I always like to share is with Joan Rivers when she was. I had been such a fan of hers, even though she can be kind of mean, But I was such a fan of hers, and she broke down so many boundaries to get to where she got in her career. And I was on the red carpet for a brand, actually, for Crystal Light at the Celebrity Apprentice finale. That's the season that she won. And, I was supposed to be asking questions, like, not for personal reasons, but I was just like, I knew that this might be my one and only chance to ask her. And I think we're going to talk a little bit more about this, like when you really have like that moment with a celebrity, like how do you just get to it? And I said, do you have any advice that you can share with me about how to break in? And she looked at me and Jessica Simpson, it just kind of reminded me, because I'm trying to get in with her to host her in-store events. And I remembered I invited on a press trip to North Carolina, some big like casino opening that she was at. And she's one of those like A-list untouchable celebrities, but I went up to her and I kind of crouched down to get like a little bit lower than her because she was sitting down. And I just was like, I forget what I even said to her, but she was so nice. And I think that it's not about what you say, it's kind of how you say it, I feel. And it's in a way where like, you kind of have to forget that they're a celebrity and kind of just look to them as like, whether you admire them, whether, you love something that they did, or you want advice from them because of what they've done. It's all about the words coming from the heart, so instead of fangirling, it was more just like, asking for some sort of advice.
You're good, because I remember. So you touched a little bit on, when you have that moment. And, especially living in New York, and everybody in this room usually gets a lot of opportunities. You go to events, and there are always people in a room you want to meet. But I think lots of people are afraid to meet those people because everyone does a kind of, what am I bringing? Like, why should I go up to this person? And people are not it. Yeah. So can you talk a little bit about what are you thinking when you see that person in your life? That I'm coming, and you should always do that when you go to an event, like find out who's going to be there and like target, like these are the people I am trying to meet. So you don't just end up like floating around, eating all the shrimp, drinking the cheap alcohol. Like you came there there for a reason. You got to have goals when you hit an event. So can you talk a little bit about walking into a room, figuring out who you're going to talk to, and then how do you get in that mindset? And then if you know you've only got like a few seconds with them, whether it's on a red carpet or at an event, what are some tips to make sure you don't just say nothing?
Yeah, well, one thing I'm noticing right now from this crowd is you're all beautiful and you've all got like your own kind of sense of style. And I think that that's one thing that's really propelled me in such a small but impactful way. So you mentioned Wendy Williams. So I wore on the red carpet quite often. My former manager got me a little diamond pin. Very little, like so little, but it's not. No, really, but it says MJ on it, and that actually got me booked on Wendy Williams because it was something that she noticed. I was dressed well, I like wore kind of a suit, but had this little pin, and that was like one little thing that made her remember me. So I will always say, like, get up, show up, and don't give up. So that's like that quote kind of thing, but you know, wear something that makes you stand out, and that's something that's going to be a conversation starter. Like, your outfit, like, I want to talk to you. I want to know where you got it. I want to know, like, where, you know, your inspiration. So that's one thing. Like, show up and stand out, and, like, let your personality really shine through. And another thing, too, is if you're not feeling up to it, don't go out. That's something that, and I'm a Cancer, and so, and you know, like if you're ready to be out there and shake everybody's hand, and it really is so simple as like, hi, I'm Micah, whatever your name is. Like, that's the easiest conversation starter with a smile. No one's gonna be like, that's weird, you know. Just be like, hi, I'm Micah, and be like, it's nice to see you here. What brought you out tonight? You know, it's just those little questions that you think are kind of like, that's not how I would go up and talk to a celebrity. But, you know, if you catch them, like, kind of ending a conversation and in between moving to another one, you can kind of swoop in there and, you know, just use your judgment. Always, like, I always try not to, like, ever go up to a celebrity at, like, dinner. But if they're at an event and you're at an event with them, you're a guest, too. They're you know, they're there for the same reason you are sometimes.
Yeah, and I like to remind people, if you get invited to an event, you are, as you said, a guest at the event. So there are plenty of people who wanted to be invited and were not. And so you need to remember that and carry that with you, and don't play like you've done hard work or you know someone and there is a reason why you are in that group. And so that, I think, gives a lot of people the confidence to, you know, go up to people and talk to people. And lots of times people want to be spoken to, whether it's a celebrity or it's like a publicist for a brand that you really want to work for, or it's another influencer that you follow and you'd like to do a collaboration. Like, lots of times these parties are boring. You can put it out there. Lots of times you're like, I'm here because I've got to be here. I have to show face. But you want to talk to people and interesting people. So I think, you know, definitely having that list of people you want to meet will help you figure out, okay, if I got to talk to this person, these are the things I would ask them, because you don't want to ask someone like this, like, how are you? How's the weather? Like,
and in your early days of I don't know how far people are along in their careers here or whatever, but in the early days, I would say yes to everything. Just like Joan Rivers said, it was like, I got invited to an event, and if it seemed like it was in line with what my goals and aspirations were, I would go. I'm 33 now, so I don't go out as much as I used to. But in the early days, I would say yes to everything. And when you get in those rooms, realize that that is an opportunity to shake as many hands. And, you know, it might not be the person with the gorgeous, flashy outfit that's going to change your life. Because, you know, Allie Brady, you know, she was my boss at OK Magazine, but she found me at an event because she said she saw my face everywhere. She just wanted to know who I was and what I was doing. And she was like, and I was like, I'm Micah, I love celebrities. And she's like, okay, well then you should probably come work for me at OK Magazine. And I was like, wow, that is amazing, but I'm still in college. Like, I need an internship, so if you want to hook me up with an internship, that would be great. But if that interaction happened, and she still looks out for me to this day now. She's at Hello Magazine, but before that, Us Weekly. So you just never know. Get out there, show up, show face. People will spot you. Like some influencers that I really respect right now, like Coco and Breezy, the eyewear designers. I met them so early on, and it was because I saw them on the street. They had a flashy flashy look about them. They looked futuristic and kind of crazy. And I was like, these girls are stars. And look, now I've been with Prince, and we're designing sunglasses for him. And, you know, it all comes full circle because now I'm writing stories, and I was writing for NBC News, and I got to do an interview about them and how their relationship with Prince happened and all that stuff. You just never know. And New York is that place where you can just make your dreams come true just by putting your best self out there. And again, if your best self isn't ready, stay in. You know, because you don't have no bad interaction. Yeah.
So let's switch gears. When you're not hosting your guests, how did you break into doing on-air commentary?
On-air commentary. So my first on-air gig was Music Choice. Does anyone watch that? Do you know? Yeah. So normally it's the network where you just kind of put it on in the background. It's just like plays music. But they have an on-demand station, and it's not massive by any means, but it was a great kind of test run for me. And do you guys know Amanda Seales? Yeah. Okay, so formerly Amanda Diva.
Yeah.
So she had a show on there called Speaking Of, and I had a little segment that I don't know even how I landed it, to be honest, but they were looking for someone to do in the field stuff, like on the red carpet or go to an event and interview people. And I did have previous experience doing that at OK Magazine and Us Weekly, just freelancing. But I've always wanted to do on camera, so I really pushed for that. And yeah, I pitched ideas of interviews I wanted to do and got out there. And I think one of the first ones was Jessie J. And yeah, that was early on. That was like maybe 8 years ago. No one really knew who she was, but now she's massive. So that was exciting.
So, more related to this group, let's talk about being an influencer and being a brand ambassador. Because everyone wants to know, how can I get off this leap of one-off deals and secure something that's long-term? So you've done huge things for New York Fashion Week. You launched the Pepsi Skinny Can. Yeah. I remember it. I was like, oh, this is cute. Yeah. And you did a ton of episodes for that. You've done a bunch of stuff for Macy's. And most notably, you also did General Motors.
Yes, I still am with General Motors.
Still with General Motors. Wow, yeah. Really long. Very nice.
Well, it was one gig. It was my first ever branded gig out of college. So I graduated college and I already had this blog. And I was doing well, so, I kind of pitched my dad. I was like, can you lay off the pressure on me, maybe help me out a little bit with the rent? Not everyone's as fortunate as that. I was very grateful to be able to have that support for like 6 months to a year. I'm going to work my tail off. I'm going to go out every night, and I'm going to hustle, and just make this blog thing work. And this was really early on. This was 2009 was when I graduated from college. And so I was pitching myself for everything, going out to meetings with people that I knew were kind of decision makers, and at the same time that I applied to be a coach on MTV's Made. You guys remember that show? I'm obsessed with that show, and that was my dream gig. Thankfully, I didn't get it actually because the pay was so bad. It was going to be like $1,000 to live in like Independence, Missouri for like 5 weeks. I was like, I'm going to run through that money just on food alone. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to probably like lose money, but what's that? No, okay, you're right. Okay, right. Like Chili's, I did that. Yeah. But I also had applied. Somebody reached out to me that I went on a little lunch date with, and I was telling him my goals and my aspirations. Again, tell everyone that you say this all the time. You say if you're an influencer, you're trying to be an influencer, tell everyone and their mother.
They cannot help you if they do not know you need something.
Right, like if you know somebody who does CrossFit, you know very well that they do CrossFit. They tell you all the time. Or if they run marathons, they will tell you all the time. So if you're a fashion blogger, or you're a journalist, or you're a entertainment personality, tell everyone that. Put it on your bio, put it on your LinkedIn, put it on your website. Like literally blast it. So I was going around telling everybody that I'm this blogger and whatever, and this was on the early stages of influencer marketing and branded entertainment. And this guy worked for an agency that was working on a campaign for Chevrolet. But they didn't share that with me. They just said that they're doing this car campaign where they're looking for 6 different bloggers in 6 different verticals: fashion, sports, music, tech, travel, and entertainment. I went out for entertainment, fashion, and music. I was like, whatever it takes. Like, I made a video. I literally made a video on my flip cam, like, hey guys, this is Micah Jesse, and I love celebrities. Here's a video of Justin Bieber saying hey to me. I would love to show you guys this because I've come so far. It was really embarrassing, but it got me there. Like, literally, I made my own little audition tape, and it was the same day that I got an email about the maid thing. I also got an email about this Chevrolet Cruise opportunity, and I got to, one, get a free car. That was insane. They paid for parking, gas, insurance, good money. Parking, $500 a month, Lord. But that was pre-carpool karaoke, pre-comedians riding in cars with coffee. And I used my network actually a lot to help get talent for that. Like, they were helping book celebrities, but I was like, guess what? I know Vivica Fox. I know her publicist, because I was going out and shaking hands, and I was like, I'm going to reach out to him and see if I can get Vivica in here. I got Vivica. Like, I took Vivica to her show in the little cruise. We had camera crew, and Kelly Ben Simone from Real Housewives. Like, I booked these people myself, and they probably should have been paid a lot of money to be part of, like, a Chevrolet campaign thing. But it's your relationships. It's like, they like you, they want to help you, they want to support you, so that was really cool. And since then, Brittany mentioned I've worked for 5 different Unilever brands, Nivea, but actually circling back to, you were saying, like, how do you land a client that's long-term? There's no real recipe for that, but what I would say is, like, those deals happen when it's the right fit. Like, if it's like, with General Motors, like, for me, I'm the type of person to be always on the go. I'm always getting out of the city, always traveling, always trying to, like, explore the next place. And that's General Motors' whole thing, is, like, get out and be there. So now I'm working for Maven, which is the car sharing platform from General Motors. It's all their GM cars, and I'm helping raise awareness about the platform, how you can just grab a car all over the city, all over Brooklyn, rent it by the hour, by the day. And that's the right fit. I've been with them now for a year. So they see the value now looking back. They have these internal meetings, and they do check-ins. And they say, okay, let's see, like, what did Micah do this season? Did he get all these other influencers involved? Did he get new people involved that we couldn't get to? What was the ROI, which means return on investment? So they do check-ins. They're not going to share those check-ins with you, but just know that they're doing them. And so always keep that in mind when you're doing work for a brand. Like, how can I go above and beyond? Because that's what I heard from clients. They said, you don't just do what's in the contract, you do more. So if the contract says, you're required to do 1 post, in the early stages, you want to do more than 1 post. Do 5 posts. You don't have to go overboard, but if it fits your content and you can throw them a bone, show them that you're willing to go the extra mile.
And people will always book you again, because when you are dealing, usually it's like an agency. Lots of times when you do influencer marketing, you're not dealing directly with the brand, you're dealing with someone the brand has hired. So a publicist, media agency, social agency, creative agency, somebody else. Or like the publisher. And that was my job at first. And I knew lots of times there were difficult clients. I can't even go in the mall. So I'm like, you guys, I lost sleep for a week on this campaign, so there are a lot of difficult clients because this is a difficult landscape, but whenever a difficult client was ready to spend a lot of money, I had a list of people who I knew would be clients. And so even if they were not the largest, even if, I had to make the client tweak the angle to fit the influencer, those were people I knew would do it. They'd do it, they'd deliver it, the client would be happy. If the client was like, oh, we really thought we'd get, I have all of that, because they did it. And so doing the most, which I like to tell people, do the most all the time, is really great because when you make people's lives easier, you're much more likely to get booked, because this job is hard. The booking job is hard, and it moves very, very quickly, and you need people who are going to be on it.
One other thing to just add to this, Beyonce's publicist, her name is Yvette Noel Shore, YNS, she goes by, And one thing she puts in the emails, at the end of her email signature is never forget to say thank you. And it's so powerful. It's like so simple, but it's so powerful. Like writing a handwritten note to like a client you've worked with or a brand that you've worked with really means a lot. And like you never know if they're gonna like pin that thank you note to like their desk. Because like a lot of these people's jobs is really kind of thankless. You know, they're publicists. They're constantly just like, you know, begging for favors and asking people to cover this, and you know, their bosses are coming down on them, and like, you know, they're not getting the traction or their engagement that they're looking for sometimes. So something as simple as just sending a thank you note really makes you stand out, you know. And so for this client, Maven, you know, I just handed them like a little candle yesterday with like a little chocolates with their initials on it and a handwritten note. It just said, like, thank you for making 2018 so special for me, and I really do hope that we get to continue our partnership into 2019. And I think I'm going to, even though GM's having some trouble right now. You know, they're closing down you know, but they said they value the partnership with me, and those little things, you know, just saying thank you and showing that you're grateful and not just take, you know, you should get that.
And send them in the mail.
Yeah.
Email is convenient, but nobody gets mail. At Hearst, when I get mail, I go, you guys have mail. Send me something. And you know, I still have all the thank you notes that influencers have sent, and it's not hard because I only have 5. So I have booked hundreds of people, and 5 people have said thank you notes. And those 5 people have been booked a lot because they're nice, they're thoughtful, and they're follow through it. And sometimes, you know, you forget about people because they're new influencers all the time, and then you get a note from someone, or a postcard, or like some trinket they got in some country that probably cost them $5. And I get it, and I'm like, oh look, somebody sent me something. You know, because a lot of this business is so impersonal. Everything's happening through DMs, through emails. People are like texting you, and you're like, I don't even have this number in my phone. Who is this? But it's like a client who's freaking out about something. So, you know, when you get those tokens, it's nice, and it makes you feel like a person.
Yeah, and early on in your career, you might not have money to really, like, spendable money, you know, you're like, all your money is going to your rent, and to things like food, like things you actually need to survive, but I think, you know, it really costs nothing, you know, it's $2.95, 35-cent stamp, but it means the world, and it could actually get you booked again, it gets you more money, and get you, just keep propelling you forward.
I think those are all my questions. Do we have questions from the audience? Yes, and then when you say your question, I'll repeat it so that the people watch it.
Okay. My name is Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Hello. So I have some other question now. So recently I went to an event. I got to meet someone who I've looked up to for years, which is Denise Lawson. She was on Sunday Reviews. She's amazing. I got to meet her in person. Like before I even went up to her, she was talking sign language to someone for like 10 minutes. I was just so amazed at her. But now, like, how do you follow up with people that you've met?
So Denise.
Okay, hold on. So the question, Micah's gonna just change your life right now.
No.
But the question was, when you meet someone at an event and you have a conversation with them, how do you make sure it doesn't end there? How do you follow up?
Yeah, that's such a good question. And Denise is a friend of mine. Her husband is an investor in Rumble Boxing, so she's constantly at Rumble. So if you want to actually run into her, you might go to Rumble. She lives between New York and LA. But you know what's so amazing about today's world that we live in is that everyone is so easily reachable. Like, raise your hand if you remember, or if you ever did, write fan mail into like those random fan mail addresses. Okay, I want to see them hide. Okay. Okay. So guess what? Now it's called DM. And not everyone checks it, but a lot of people do. And
I mean, Michael B. Jordan dates girls out of the DM.
Oh yeah, he said that.
So you can get a reply.
So Denise, I actually think I even have her phone number. We like communicate solely through DM. And so that's one thing, because like I said, a lot of people won't check it. But another thing you can do is comment on like one of their pictures. Hey, sent you a DM. Would really appreciate you checking it out. Like, you have direct access to your favorite celebrities, your favorite brands, your favorite marketers. your favorite influencer, genius, like.
Yeah, people DM me all the time.
Yeah.
Actually, I've DM'd a bunch of people in this room. I always answer.
Yeah, so, I mean, you have access to people, and so it's all about just kind of biting the little messages. Like, don't be too wordy, you know? Keep it short and sweet. Like, what are you looking for? And come up with, like, a question that's not a yes or no. That's something I wanted to add about when you meet a celebrity for when you really have a short amount of time. Don't let them have the opportunity to just say yes or no. Kind of keep it open-ended, you know? Like, let them speak about it. But yeah, so reach out to people. Don't be afraid. So much magic has happened in my life through DM. I will tell you. Me and Chrissy Metz communicate through DM, Aquafina. I mean, these are people that I've interviewed one time and now have a relationship with, and now they're liking my pictures because, you know, we follow each other, and, you know, engaging with people is so important. So if it's somebody, you might not get a response from them the first time you DM them, but if you follow them and you constantly are commenting on their page, like, oh my God, love this, you look amazing, like, I watched the movie and I was crying, you know, these little things, they see that. Like, they're just like us. They're looking for how many likes they got, what the comments they got. They're just like us. So, but keep following up. I mean, kind of know in advance, like, know when you hit that barometer of, like, being annoying and stop, you know, if it's not going to happen. But yeah, don't be afraid to reach out to just, you know, anyone.
Yes, my friend in the red hat.
Hi.
Hi.
What is it? I love that.
Thank you. So for an influencer that is starting out trying to connect with brands, how do you initially connect with brands?
Well,
So the question is, how do you initially connect with brands when you're first starting out?
do you have a social page?
Yes.
Following, you're like engaging with audience.
I'm a marketer.
I love that. So yeah. So do you have a specific niche? Like,
Yes.
what is your niche?
Okay, so my niche is I'm a style influence. I'm a style into. Okay,
You got this.
Okay, I'm a style influencer. No wait, I didn't say it. I'm a style
Blogger.
blogger. I'm a style blogger, but I concentrate on wellness, mental health, with a little bit of travel and lifestyle.
Okay. First of all, the expert on this is going to be Brittany, but what I would say is just that your question was about working with brands, right? So finding brands that are in line with what your heart and what your, like, messaging is so important. So, like, if you're, you know, a blogger who focuses on women of color, go for brands that are really supporting, like, women in color. For me, like, I want to work with, like, if it's a vodka brand, I want to know for sure that they support the LGBT community, being somebody that's very outwardly LGBT. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go, which is actually kind of funny because I've worked for, like, the WWE before, but I know. But they had, like, a kindness campaign. It was, like, trying to promote, like, anti-bullying in schools. So, like, everything just really needs to be in line with your purpose. And so just make sure you're aligning and going after brands that align with, like, what your goals are, what your, like, what's the picture? Like, you don't want it to, if you're a fashion blogger, like, it'd be really weird if, like, all of a sudden you're, like, working with, like, Oscar Mayer Wiener. You know, like, it just doesn't really.
Unless you really like hot dogs.
Yeah.
If your audience knows, like, 4 times a week you're eating hot dogs, God bless your insides, then that's not right for you.
Yeah. I mean, and listen, I've worked for I Can't Believe It's Not Butter and Slim Fast and all this other stuff, but it was because it was at a celebrity event. Like, I Can't Believe It's Not Butter was backstage at the Emmys, and they had hired me to help engage celebrities and help set up these awesome little photo ops that they got of, like, the celebrities, like, popping in a toast into, like, this glitter toast, and, like, that was in line with me. Like, I, like, love talking to celebrities, and I can, like, I studied public relations at Hofstra, so, like, I know how to, like, get that shot, and they wanted somebody who wasn't a publicist to, like, kind of help make it seem, like, cool and fun, because, you know, for celebrities, like, they walk into these rooms, and it's, like, all these people they don't know, and everyone's trying to take their picture, and it's kind of awkward, so they hired me as kind of, like, a
You were finessing it.
Oh yeah, dripping in finesse.
And we actually, in the What Brands Want panel, we have two girls. They run, one works at Havas, one works at MMC, and they do pretty much every brand that you love, and they'll tell you exactly how to get better. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Micah. So I went to
What's your
Oxford
name?
same time you did. I'm Callie.
Callie.
Yeah, my name's Callie. Callie got body on Instagram.
Yes, look at you. Shout it.
Callie with a K. But yeah, just seeing you from Hofstra to now, like at Hofstra's campus, you really was like razzle dazzle and everybody on campus, like just genuinely yourself, but always approachable. And to see you come this far and still have that same like perspective about yourself, awesome. So I was really successful. I had and you were like about that life too, like about that accent. Everybody knew like you came from Atlanta and was just like hit the ground running. But I wanted to know, a lot of, you mentioned like people kind of coming in and not trying to find a groove, and you found your genuine way of approaching celebrities. What is that, I feel like even when you email sometimes there might be something in the agreement that you do, and what was that moment of coming home to you, like, ooh, won't do that again, or like, you tell
Oh my God, there's so many stories.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't even get into it here. We could talk about it another time. But like one thing I did really bad early on was like.
Oh, the question is, what is something he did that was probably pretty
Or
bad?
a piece of advice, like somebody who's super green, like what's a common mistake, where it's like, hey,
What's a common mistake people
Okay,
do that?
so remember how I said, like, when you're really early on, like, you want to shout it from the rooftops. Like, this was pre-social media, so it was a lot of, like, email blasts that I would do. Like, I have a new post up on my blog, and I would send it to all my contacts. Like, I always like to say that I have the Rolex of Rolodexes, because everyone I meet, I put them in my address book, connect with them on LinkedIn, put little notes about them in the little note section, like, beautiful girl, like, met at Glamour Mag event in 2009, so that I have, like, a touch point to, like, I mean, because I actually really use it. It comes back around. Okay, but back to the story. I sent out an email blast about something that I really wanted to share to everybody, and I put everyone in the to section, like, not, yeah, and, like, nowadays, I don't think it would be as bad. It's still kind of bad, because, like, then if people reply, then they're replying to all, you know, but this was, like, I actually had a few celebrities on there that had been really kind to, like, give me, like, Juliana Rancic was on there, and, like, Perez Hilton, and, you know, a few other people, and so I didn't get really any backlash. Actually, someone really nice, like a PR person that went to Hofstra that now works at Ketchum, who, like, had my best interest at heart, was like, heads up, make a mistake, don't do that again. And you learn from that. None of these mistakes that you make are going to, like, be career defining, I don't think. I mean, unless you do something really bad, can't imagine. But, you know, learn from your mistakes. Don't beat yourself up too much about it. Don't think that you can't move on from it. You know, just learn from it. Don't make the same mistake twice.
And I would add to that, if you make a mistake with someone, unless you were coming at it from a place of meanness, people will forgive you. So if you make a mistake sending an email, don't just cut that contact off and be like, well, I messed that up, that's the end of that. Because then it kind of looks like you did something mean. Because now you don't talk to me anymore, you're like, did this thing, like, what's that about? So it's always okay to just reply and be like, hey, made a mistake there. And people send so many emails and text messages and DMs. People make mistakes all the time. I have sent the wrong contract to an influencer, and she's like, oh, so-and-so's getting paid how much? I would like that too. And it's like, no, not how this is going to work. This is not how this is going to work at all. So, but those are things, you know, that's why I would say be nice to people, because if you're nice, you get a lot more leeway than if you're a little baby bitch. Because when people are not so nice, when they make mistakes, you're like, oh, you make mistakes too. I really don't like you now. So, you know, just the niceness, the nicer you are, the more you can get.
Yeah, and just to add to that point too, like, as somebody who's been on both sides of the, like, I've been an editor, so I've been pitched by people a lot, a blogger and editor. One thing that really irks me is, like, when I'm not addressed by name. So that's just something that I would part on you guys is like when you're pitching people, always make sure you get the person's name and
Spell
spell
it
it
right.
right. You know, like
My name is not Britney Spears like that, with the
Yeah.
T-N-E-Y
Yeah.
or two T's N-I. I'm like, it's so easy to do. How did you write my email? It has my name in it.
Right.
And then you mess it up in the body. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's just such a small thing, but makes all the world of difference, because if you just see hi with like, you know, you're like, how many people did you send that to? You know, like, did you really want me? Like, try to personalize it as much as you can. And like I said, you know, if you're able to take notes on people, like, just kind of remembering like a conversation you had with them that you could like bring back up and be like, you know, if you're, say you met like a PR person or an agent person, like, and you're trying to follow up with them, just at the top of the email, like, it was so lovely meeting you at the Glamour event. It really meant the world to me that you gave me advice about X, Y, and Z, and then go into what you're really looking for. But that kind of thing, it shows that you care, and it shows that you, like, remember them. Because, like I said again, it's like some of these people's jobs are so thankless, and they don't feel like they're being seen. And I know some of you probably don't feel like you're being seen either, but just showing each other that you see them and that you hope they see you is so important.
Okay, so what we're going to do, because lots of times questions overlap, everyone's going to ask their question, and then we're going to set a dice going. So what's your question?
My question is, I have such a hard time
What's your name,
staying
please?
product.
Yes,
I have such a hard time staying supportive, actually, staying consistent. Like, for a few weeks, I'm like so motivated, and then I'm just like, I'm not gonna get motivated. And then I'm back to it, and I'm not gonna get it. How do you stay motivated?
Okay, so part one of that question is how do you stay motivated? Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Mom.
Hi, Molly.
You speak so well. I don't But you said, like, I learned my mother that, you know, influencer. My thing is, I'm a very influencer, and I feel weird saying that. I know someone does say that it's weird. It's my first time down there, but on the side, and I'm like, wait, that was stupid. Now I accept that I feel like not taking myself seriously. So how do you say it? Like, between humble, but making sure that
Okay, so that question is how can you, if you're not a super large influencer, how can you make it look like this is a serious profession for you and you're an influencer without, you know, the next question being how many followers you have, and you're like 2,500 people. Oh. Yeah. And then there's one over here. Yes.
Hi, I'm Peter.
Hi, Kate.
Thank you so much for your amazing interview this morning. First thing, can you give us a clue on where you got this stuff from?
Oh my God. If you DM me, my cousin got it for me as a gift because she knows I host all the events in person, and I'm shaking so many hands, and they're always asking me, like, what's your Instagram handle? So she got it for me, like, it was so smart. Like, now, like, I want to give it to people as gifts because we live in that world now. Like, you know, if you've got a cute little Instagram name, like, get it on a pin. Like, that's a way to answer your question just briefly, is like, that's a way to shout it out without having to say anything and be like, just check me out.
And really, you know, I like to you know, compare influencer marketing to like modeling. If you go to LA, nobody's really an actor. Like, there are like 6 actors and everybody else is like, you know, they're auditioning for commercials but never getting them. And you never hear them say, oh, you know, I'm like kind of sort of this actor, but I've only done like half. No, they're all like, oh, I'm an actor. And that's it, you know. And so I'm a big fan of like fake it until you make it. And every influencer at some point had as many followers as you do right now. And so you're on a journey. You're going to get there. People go viral all the time. All you need is like one person to notice you and put you in an article, and then your follower count can quadruple overnight. I've seen that happen to a lot of people. So this is one of those things where, like, if you feel a little embarrassed about it, you can just tell people, you know, I really started building my personal brand and I have this Instagram channel and this is what I'm talking about. So you can just approach it more as a, what do you do? Like, I'm an influencer who talks about X, Y, and Z. And then if people people ask how many followers you have, the odds that you have more followers than them pretty high. So I wouldn't really worry about that because no one's going to give you grief if they are like a big influencer because they understand that at some point they were you. The only people who are going to give you a hard time are people who are hating. And we don't have time for them. We don't understand Instagram anyway.
Yeah. And then in terms of your consistency question, like one thing that's helped me, and I'm not the best at consistency myself, I won't admit that. I've struggled with that over the years because putting yourself out there so much it's exhausting. You're constantly being bombarded with like self-doubt and like, am I doing this right? And all that stuff. So you kind of have to like just like when you need to take a break, you are welcome to take a break. Like you really need to give yourself the permission to do that. But one thing that I've given myself is like putting it in my calendar as like a non-negotiable, like making it like an appointment with somebody. So if it's like every day at 2 o'clock post on Instagram, like that's something you need to just do. Whether it's just and if you're struggling with having the content, a lot of what Instagram people are doing these days is spending like a whole day like building content just to have in your archive and just be able to put that out. Don't change your hair color between now and then because people will know. But if you can shoot with a photographer, for example, and get like 6 different looks in one day, that is awesome because that will hook your whole next week up.